Yo, what is up, pussies? We are back with another episode of MogCast.
Episode number 14.
We are here with the one and only Will Tennyson.
What is up, guys?
He's in the States. So first off, why are you here from Canada?
Well, it's a completely different story in Canada in terms of like what you're able to do. So like,
Which is nothing.
pretty much nothing. Yeah, like you can go get groceries and stuff
Regarding
like
like the C word, right?
It's just like, sorry?
the C word,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
regarding, okay.
Yeah.
Roni.
Yeah.
It's just like the essential things that you can just get to survive is the things that you can do, but no gyms, no restaurants.
No schools, right?
No, that's all online,
Yeah.
everything like that. So like it got to the point where I was kind of being like unmotivated to actually film a video because like there was no kind of like change of like scenery for everything that I was doing. And I was kind of like picking up the camera just to pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of like losing that kind of like passion to make a video. So I knew like I had to like get out to, you know, kind of just change it up a bit and just like meet some new people, shoot some good videos, and yeah, just mainly get out of the house.
Because all your vids were basically just like, hey, it's me in my house again, doing another food challenge.
Yeah, it's just like the video concepts were different, but it seemed so routine because it was like, okay, we're gonna go to the kitchen and then we're gonna go to my basement gym. And even like the gym content I could shoot was so limited in the sense that I only had a barbell and then like dumbbells up to 50 and that was it. Like, I couldn't really get creative in that way. So I felt personally that some of the stuff was starting to get kind of like
Redundant.
Redundant, yeah.
I mean, because most of what I'm seeing here, even with everything being closed, a lot of your videos are very creative in a way that I haven't really seen with other accounts that do your kind of shit. For example, we got going back to the roaring 20s, 1920s food and fitness trends.
I was going to say, like, how the fuck do you come
How'd
up
you
with
think
these
of that, bro?
crazy things,
Yeah.
dude?
I mean, like, that's a tough one. I mean, like, I kind of don't I look at fitness as like this like huge thing. I kind of like want to explore what people were doing back then. And like, I mean, I honestly don't know how I come up with some of this stuff. I just know that like my life personally is not all that interesting. You know what I mean? Like I can just go show you how to do a lat pull down.
Oh, we know a thing
Yeah.
or two
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
not being that interesting.
You know, so I kind of want to like, also like a big thing about me is just like being informative too, like teaching someone something like over just like the typical like, oh, here, do 8 sets of 3 sets
And
of
it's
10,
not
12,
even
yeah.
it's not even just teaching. It's almost just like
It's just
looking
good,
like
it's
you're
good entertainment.
Yeah, you're influencing them, but you're not shoving it down their throat.
Yeah.
You know, you're kind of showing what you're doing at the same time teaching them.
Yeah, I think we'll probably get into this a little bit later, but
Yeah, before we do, we should plug Anabar right now.
And
before we
also,
get any
guys, if you've watched this far, we're already 20 minutes into the podcast. So if you're still watching, you might as well subscribe. Most of our viewers come from people who aren't subscribed.
We're 4 minutes in, by the way.
Close enough. So subscribe. I mean, come on, hit the button. And also try our bars.
Yeah, you guys have to try Anabars. I think they're restocked right this second. So if you guys haven't already, you'll probably see our Instagram stories, whatever. Code MOG saves you 10%. And that's on Final Boss Nation. The code only applies to bars. So it's not going to apply to anything else because we're with Gorilla. But the code only applies to the bars.
Yeah, we're not 100% positive if they're restocked, but we just got a text from Remington saying
Restocked tomorrow.
Yeah.
But we don't know. Is this flavor coming? Which you haven't tried this flavor.
I've had the other. He sent me a care package of the other ones, and they're all amazing.
The OG ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I'd say
He's not paid to say that, guys.
No, I'm not.
the white chocolate flavor, the one in the blue
That's my
package
favorite
is
one.
probably
Yeah.
my favorite.
I think it's everyone's favorite one.
Yeah.
Guys, get that one. If you're on the site right now, finalbossnation.com, get the blue package
Because
one
it has that
before
nice
anyone.
like that white
Yeah.
glaze.
Yeah, the
top.
white glaze.
Yeah.
That
Toss it in the
just makes
fridge.
it
You toss it in the fridge, and
Exactly.
it's, dude.
nice little candy bar.
Yeah.
And then if that one is
Remington,
sold
if you're
out,
listening, we need some. We were out of the white chocolate.
yeah, we are. But if that one's sold out, I'd say the second best is peanut butter and jelly. Peanut butter and jelly is pretty good.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get a live taste test right now. This is
He's never had the white chocolate fruity cereal crunch. Never had that one.
so this is similar.
Which is the best, right? Or tied?
I mean, I'd say it's tied for first. The white chocolate, you can't go wrong with white chocolate. But this one tastes similar to the white chocolate with
has
a
the
little
glaze,
with a little side of fruity pebbles.
I will say though, when I got it, I was kind of skeptical about the calories, right? Because for me, with an appetite,
Yeah.
yes,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
why.
No,
That's
you
why I was
can-
like, fuck.
but the thing is, I went through all 3 boxes, so like,
Oh fuck!
you know, like
You went through 3
I have
boxes.
3 boxes, yeah.
Fuck.
And how long?
Under a month, man. Like
Okay, that's not.
Yeah.
No, but
dude, I
still,
used to
bro.
do, like,
what are there like? There's 12 bars in here.
Yeah.
That's 36. Oh, okay, that's like one a day basically.
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
Like
You're fine.
for me, man, I have to like ration calories on like 3,500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, these are
That's-
280
bro, that's-
calories. So
You and I are the same. We'll
Yeah.
get into that later,
Yeah.
but that's incredible that you're like the same person.
All right, I'm going in.
so first you taste the white chocolate.
I
hit.
my mouth waters. Like,
I know, mine's
thinking of the
watering right
taste
now.
Of that.
Okay.
But then the Fruity Pebbles hit. You know,
It's
like-
definitely the least peanut buttery one.
Yes.
In the
Yeah.
block there.
Yeah.
Because they're
I
all
agree.
made with peanuts, so some of the bars always have like a little bit of a peanut taste.
It must suck for the people that have peanut allergies watching this podcast.
Yeah, guys,
for
don't
us
get this
to
bar.
hype the fuck out of the book,
It's-
and all of them have peanut butter in it.
It's really good. It's a subtle fruitiness. I've never
Yeah.
had Fruity Pebbles in my life,
Oh, really?
but it tastes like Fruit Loops.
Yeah,
Fruit
that's
Loops-
that's what I said when I
Fruit
first
Loops
got
with
it.
like a peanut butter milk
Right.
kind of thing.
It's really good.
This is probably
You want to try
this
one?
Is the best one
Yeah,
Come.
for sure.
he's got one over there.
Oh, you got
We've
one.
got Will's cameraman here.
Mr. Kofi.
You can just come right over here. Wait, turn his mic up a little bit. Turn his mic's all the way down.
Oh, that aftertaste is good too.
Oh shit,
Wait, he's not.
he is not in the frame.
Guarantee I'm not in frame.
Hannah, just come over here and zoom it out, real quick.
You're gonna have to get a real wide angle for
See
that
on the
one.
top.
Or just point it at him. Point it at him for a second.
This is
It's gonna be.
this is becoming a multiple angle pod. Now the
think
camera's
another
just
camera.
only on you. I think.
That's
Okay.
pressure jam. Okay, all right. What flavor is this? This is creamy.
This
It's
is
so good.
This
Fruity
is
Pebbles.
Fruity
So
Pebbles, basically.
I hope.
This is lit.
Yeah.
Man, I feel like with these, you're more in dessert mode than protein bar mode.
Yeah. That's
what
This
I
is
was
never,
saying.
Like,
It feels like the cereal your parents like wouldn't buy you because there's too much sugar in it.
Yeah.
but there
Yeah.
isn't when you look at the calories.
That's
Yeah.
the reason why I eat them like you said, dessert after okay, we just had pasta because I had made him pasta for my channel, and then it's not filling. It wasn't that filling.
Yeah.
But then you have the bar, the heavy bar
Yeah.
for dessert.
So what's the final verdict? It's lit. Is that the
That-
final
like
verdict?
8.5 out of 10. I've
8.5?
had another flavor, but this is actually freaking lit.
What was the other flavor?
White chocolate
What
or
was it? Cinnamon
s'mores?
Toast Crunch.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Oh, did you like that one better?
Yeah.
This one.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
I think
Okay.
this one's by far the best.
Cinnamon toast gets hate.
Yeah, this one is
It
good.
tastes like cereal when like Saturday morning cartoons were still a thing, but like the cereal your parents got you as a treat that you couldn't have every weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, but what I say is like if you're bulking, this is a good bulking food, and if you're cutting, it's a good dessert. But if you're cutting, you only want to have like one a day because it is 280 calories. But anyway, these should be restocked tomorrow, aka today, because this podcast will be posted tomorrow. And if they're not, I'm sorry, guys. We've been waiting. Remington's been waiting. It takes a while to manufacture this stuff because it's a small little homegrown manufacturer. But
And I do want to say so on all our other
if you don't
our
mind just throwing
companies,
that back.
we have our own codes, but this code is like a collective 50-50 with James and I. So Mog will save you 10%.
I'm not even hungry. I'm gonna eat it.
That's how I feel.
yeah,
I can't leave any food.
It's literally me,
I
bro.
can't do it.
I know. I mean, it was bad when Sush was. You were maintaining basically 2,500 calories, and when you do that for long enough, your metabolism is so slow. But the hunger for him was still there. I mean, even worse.
I couldn't
than it
lose.
is now.
I couldn't lose weight. I would like try to go to 24, and I'd lose like, half a pound in a week. But then I
That's
can't.
low. 'cause
But then
you're
you
tall,
binge,
Yeah.
because you're like fucking
And
at
I binge,
24.
yeah.
And I mean, he's like 6'3" and almost 6'4". And what do you weigh? 200.
right now to like 13 or 14.
213. So I was watching him. I was eating like twice as much fucking food as him, and I just felt bad because it would be like 4 a.m. We'd both be up, and I remember it was one night specifically where you were like pretty down bad and kind of just like opening up to me, and I'd never heard like exactly how bad it was because you'd always
Yeah.
made jokes out of it with like the peanut butter issue. You kind of make a joke out of it probably because you didn't want to be like, bro, I have a problem.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize you had, when we were at the Airbnb, you'd had, I said this a million times because it freaks me out. We had a big, giant tub of Jif peanut butter, which has 8,000 calories in it, and he had it in 2 days. On
Yeah,
top
just
of the
spoonfuls,
food,
bro. Spoonfuls.
on top of the food he was already eating,
Damn.
because he couldn't help himself, and he would eat a little bit and then be like, okay, I'm done binging, and he would brush his teeth and go to bed,
Yeah.
brushing his teeth to like try to trick his brain that he was done. He'd lay in bed wide awake, and I'd still be up. I was like editing a vid or whatever, and I'd see him come back out into the kitchen and like more spoonfuls. And at the time, it didn't really process. I just thought the guy was fucking hungry.
Yeah.
But then it was one night here where he was literally putting, dude, this is the most down bad I've ever heard anyone in my life. You were putting 0-calorie sauce on like cauliflower or something, like raw.
Oh yeah, no. Remember, I was eating like spinach sandwich.
Yeah.
It was like bread with like a shit ton of spinach on it.
Because he just needed the volume in his stomach. So.
Oh, I was eating sriracha on bread.
It sounds like we had to collab, man. We gotta do a video.
Dude,
gotta do an eating
yeah.
video. I mean,
Like just eat a shit ton.
yeah.
Just
A
eat a
mukbang.
shit ton of,
A mukbang.
of spinach sandwiches. But no, there was one night where I think it was cauliflower or something that had a lot of volume in it, but like no calories. And then he was putting like 0-cal
Yeah.
stuff on top. And
Yeah,
I'm
it was
like,
so bad.
and he was trying to convince me that it tasted good.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, bro, it's actually not even that bad. Because he was trying to convince himself that
Yeah.
like, it's not bad. Everything's fine. And I'm like, dude, what's going on? And he's like, bro, I'm on 2,500 calories and I'm not even like hungry necessarily, but my brain is just telling me to eat.
Is that how you were?
I'm like, in a way, I'm kind of like still like that now, but I have an addiction to eating ice. Like I'll literally fill like this thing up like probably 8 times in a day.
With
You know,
just
I'll
ice?
eat
Ice?
With just ice.
Is it
not-
just to like keep your mouth occupied,
Yeah.
pretend that you're eating food?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Bro, I'm gonna try that.
But you're on 3,500 calories a day. It's not like you're not eating a lot.
Yeah, but then the thing is, like, I just, you know, like even on 3,500 calories, this to me, I'm kind of like, I loved it, but I regret it right now. You know what I mean?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I did have 21 grams of protein,
Yeah.
so that's not bad.
Yeah.
Do you count in your head or use an app?
I have my fitness pal, but I don't look at macros, just the calories.
Okay,
Yeah.
me too.
Yeah, but I would go like 6 full ones, and I'd just sit and I would eat that, and I also like I chew over a pack of gum a day.
See, I tried the gum thing, like just like constantly chewing gum.
Yeah.
Like I had like I bought like bubble gum and then like
Yeah, he had a huge container of double bubble gum.
yeah, and I would just chew it for 5 seconds and spit it out, but it didn't really work for me.
Yeah, it's to the point that I eat so much ice that I've broken my freezer at home like 3 times from opening and closing the thing so much. Yeah,
I'm gonna try the
Jesus.
ice thing once I start getting hungry.
It works. It works.
Have you ever used like stimulants or Adderall or anything like
No.
that to help you?
No.
Because Adderall just destroys my appetite.
No, I can't.
Well, apparently there's something that Derek was talking about in one of his vids, but it is super expensive. But it was like by far the most effective obesity medication that they had tested thus far, and it is basically a ghrelin. Ghrelin's your hunger hormone, and it's like a ghrelin blocker.
I thought it was leptin.
Yeah, but I think
antagonist.
no, it's a leptin agonist.
Oh,
So it
okay,
increases your leptin, which thereby decreases your ghrelin. I think I'm not a
Yeah.
fucking expert, but
Yeah, he was telling me like super obese guys were just getting like diced. For,
yeah,
like-
because they just literally like hunger is really the core issue. So I mean, people that are obese, they just have huge stomachs and wicked naturally high hunger, and then they took this. It's called a GLP-1 agonist. And they literally just ate like 2,000 calories a day, and then they were full.
Yeah, I
so
feel
they
like-
just lost shit tons of weight.
I feel like with us, we're normal bodies with like fat people appetite. Not fat people appetite, but the stomach of like a large obese person.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was like almost like I was 270 at like when I was in grade 11. So
Oh, so this is like when you were young,
Yeah.
like sophomore.
well, I mean, I think that's kind of like what's carried over, right? Like I think like that, like my stomach or something. Like, I've always been like a fat kid at heart,
Right.
Like ever since growing up, I was always been like that bigger kid.
I was never big like that. I was definitely like chunky.
Chubby.
Yeah, I was chubby. You see me like when I tore my ACL, so I was like just done. I couldn't move for a while. I got so fat because I still wanted to eat, but I
Yeah.
wasn't burning the calories, you know?
Yeah.
So, and just coming up in a family with like always having good food around, like my mom was a chef and, you know, I was always eating.
Yeah.
Dude, you would have died in my house. You would have absolutely died because my dad is a fucking amazing cook and he loves making food. But his only criteria for making food is how good does this taste. So he would just like use
Butter.
a full stick of butter,
Yeah.
a full stick of butter to make just the mushrooms that go in like a bigger
Yeah.
pot of stuff, and it would taste so fucking amazing. But I
Yeah.
can guarantee each plate had like 100 grams of fat.
It's different because in my house, it's the polar opposite. Like my mom's like a fitness, like
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
she's
Your
like
mom's
Do you
fucking
live with your
jacked.
mom?
I
Do you
don't
live
know.
with her?
Well, I live like 5 minutes from my.
Dude, you've seen his mom, right?
Yeah.
She is fucking
She has
jacked.
abs.
Like,
I know, she's
like,
got resting abs.
People are like wanting Greg to sit to make a natty or not on her.
Really?
Like for real, yeah.
Is she natty?
She is totally. I think. I don't know. I haven't seen anything.
That is true.
She
And
probably is.
that's honest though, because it's Derek who said that a lot of people in the fitness industry who are like fake natty, he knows a lot of them, and some of them come to him for advice, and not even their wives know that they take shit. Like some of these people, they get so. I'm not saying this is your mom, but I'm just making a broader point.
Massive fake natty.
Some people get so dedicated to the lie that it becomes like literally nobody can know. And there will be people that like their wives will like attest to their natty status, but they're still on gear.
So your mom, she was always cooking like clean food.
Oh yeah, we weren't allowed to have butter on our bread. It was like every single thing that she would make would be like for dinner would be like chicken, salad, rice.
Wait, I'm confused. How are you 270?
You were eating a lot of fucking chicken.
I would just go. The thing is, I could be that weight eating that food. I could eat salad all day long, and like it would be to the point that I'd be at the dinner table with my family, and I'd be going up like for like first serving, second serving. My mom would be like, "Will,
chill,
stop, you're done."
So you were probably having like 5K calories of fucking chicken and rice a day.
Oh yeah.
Yo,
you could literally eat like 10,000 calories of
clean food, no problem.
Yeah.
Like no.
Wait,
problem.
what did your shits look like?
They were all like it depends on the day, man. Depends on the day.
Were your farts just nasty? Because I know when I have a really high protein day, the next day I'm down in the dumps.
They started like I eat like over 300 grams protein right now to this day.
Do you count your macros?
No, I count
But
calories.
you just roughly know.
Yeah, but I mean, like now I feel like my body's so accustomed to it, I don't have any sort of like gas like that.
That's what I think.
At the beginning, it was.
Yeah. That's exactly what I think.
Well, eggs
egg
for me are the worst though. When you have whole eggs, if you're having like when I was bulking and I was having 7 or 8 eggs for breakfast, it's fucking lethal, bro. And Chipotle and eggs, basically my main diet. So
who'd you learn like?
Sorry, Hannah.
Who'd you learn so was it your mom who taught you like the kitchen stuff?
Also, like at the same time, I did watch. I was like always like the sous chef when we had like family parties and stuff. Like I would cook with my mom, and that's always been like a big passion of mine. But it was funny because when I was also like really heavy, I was also a very high level hockey player as well. Like
damn, you were probably fucking ruining people on the ice.
I was at like junior A tryouts, and the coach is like, "Who is this kid taking up half the ice? But he's freaking good and he's fast." You know what I mean? Like I was very active. Like I was playing hockey, practicing.
You were probably eating 8,000 and burning.
Dude, like it was crazy.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I mean, I've always been like the heavier kid. I knew, and like, the thing is, I knew I was like, I was very well aware of it, and I was very self-conscious of it.
Were you like fat, or were you just like chunky?
I was fat, and a lot of people actually. I posted that video that like has like around like 3 million views now.
Yeah, the
about
transformation.
How I lost 100 pounds, and there's a lot of people who comment on the fact that it doesn't look like you lost 100 pounds. Because I don't have a.
Oh shit! Yeah, I just filtered by top videos.
But like that, I've never had a photo of my highest point because I was actually so ashamed.
Oh really?
Photo, right. So everyone's like, you didn't actually do it. But I was like, I did. And so I just don't have.
I mean, that does honestly kind of look like 100 pounds.
Yeah.
Just look at the left picture on the top in the thumbnail. I knew that was going to be the fastest way to find how big you were. Yeah. I was like,
I don't think that looks like 100 pounds.
No, I said I do. I'm like, actually, I can see.
A lot of people don't, but like. That wasn't even my peak. Like I was to the point where I'd be like, I wouldn't even like want to go away and like take my shirt off at a pool.
Right.
Like it was just like so like down. Like
Bro,
all
this looks like more than 100 to me. Like even more.
Yeah, it was.
But you also did you get taller or no?
I got that. So that was around like I was like 5'8".
Yeah.
5'9". I'm like around 6 now.
So you were 5'9" and how much?
266, 270, walking around. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, and like I had an athletic build too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was.
Your workouts must be insane.
But it doesn't seem like you have stretch marks or anything.
No.
So
so
you're lucky as fuck, bro.
Maybe it's something I did early. I was like growing at the same time too, or something like
that. It's genetics. Stretch marks are genetics, though.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. But I used to get 0 stretch marks. I mean, that is also gear. But I used to get 0 stretch marks, and then all of a sudden I got some real nasty ones around my pec and shoulder.
Yeah.
But I've seen people that lose like 200-300 pounds, like the super obese down to shredded people. Yeah. And they look really good when they have a shirt on, but then they still have like loose skin from being stretched out from the fat.
There's a surgery, right?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, there is.
But
I do have like slight gyno though from being overweight.
Really?
Estrogen levels. Yeah.
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 Nah.
That's something. Yeah.
That's the gear, bro.
Yeah.
We got you in 4K.
No, but I just want to say that's kind of what you were saying before about the food your mom would make. There's like this big misconception that just like eat food that looks healthy and you'll lose weight. And we have, from the horse's mouth, we got someone who was eating healthy food, like the epitome. I mean, white rice, chicken, and fucking salads, and you were getting
like,
fat from it.
Granted, like I would go to school and I'd be like getting my own shit, like pizza and stuff. But like whenever my parents were in charge of what I ate, it was always like top tier, like sweet potato, like everything, like salmon, sweet potato, like nothing fried ever. Never allowed that.
Well, see, those are like healthy foods, but those are dense, man.
Yeah,
Salmon,
exactly.
sweet potato.
That's what I'm saying. People don't get like.
Yeah.
You can get healthy food. Yeah, bro. My Chipotle order is pretty healthy, but it's got like 1,100 calories.
Exactly.
Because it's got a shit ton of
Avocado.
guac and stuff like that. Yeah. So, but on the subject of like gear, you're a lifetime natty.
Oh yeah.
What's the most unnatty thing you've ever touched? Just like a stimulant or something?
I don't even.
Are you on creatine?
Creatine, yeah. I don't even
that's
take
it?
creatine anymore, dude. I just,
Oh, really?
I'm like strictly like pre-workout, and then I'll cook with protein. I'll never even drink a shake.
Yeah, I don't
really
drink
drink
my
shakes
calories
either,
either.
yeah.
Like, I would- I-
drinking your calories, right?
No,
Fuck that.
I'd cry. Well,
You wanna
my
chew
calories,
them.
Yeah.
I kind of feel left out here because I'm the hard gainer.
Because you have a small appetite, right?
I have a small appetite and a small stomach, so I can be ravenously hungry. Like I can be just ready. Like and in my head, I'm like, this is the time where I eat 2,000 calories in one meal, and then I'll have half my Chipotle bowl, and I'll be like, nah, I'm all set. I'm good.
That's the thing. It's like you save food. I can you save food like for later in the day? Maybe.
Honestly, like back when I started YouTube, I was intermittent fasting that whole time, and I got to the point where I was actually fasting until I wouldn't have eaten yet. It's 5 o'clock. I wouldn't have eaten.
I'm the same way, but I don't mean to.
I wouldn't have a thing yet.
Yeah.
And then I would just polish off 3,200 calories in one thing. And I'd be like, okay, well, that was short,
Right.
That's
That's what I'm.
short-lived, you know?
That's what I'm planning on doing for when I get really deep. Because
But not in one meal.
Right.
Obviously, he's saying he polished it off in one meal.
Well, like we've inadvertently like done intermittent fasting just because like in the morning we're just so lazy.
I will
Yeah.
say though that the thing I don't like about it is that I was like, as the day went on, I was kind of like fantasizing about like, holy shit, I have 3,200 calories. It's this time of the day. What can I fit in it? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
What can I fit?
you were obsessed.
You know what I'm saying? So like my actual food choices got worse. So like I'd be like, I'm gonna get a fucking chocolate bar. I'm gonna get like a pizza, and like I have all these calories to work with, and then I just got food cravings, and I just went over.
Yeah, that's literally what happens to me. And so now what I'm thinking is I'm gonna intermittent fast for maybe like a 6-hour window. And then I'm gonna set up my meals where it's like it's gonna be pretty low calorie stuff so I can get filled.
Yeah.
Because that's my thing is like I don't get filled. I just
What I do actually, and I actually just like I kind of coined this in one of my videos. I call it macro fasting, where I'll literally only eat protein during the day, and I'll save the carbs and fat at night. So like I'll literally break my fast with 500 grams of egg whites, just pour it into a pan.
Yeah.
A little bit of salsa.
You're like agreeing with everything.
dude, because I was thinking that in my head. What if I just did, because you know how they say protein every 3 hours, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, what if I just did that and then just save like all
I'm
the
telling you it works. If you do like egg whites and like stick to egg whites and Greek yogurt during the day, it keeps you full, and then at nighttime you have like a ton of calories, and it actually works.
But Will, do you like what are your workouts like when you don't have carbs?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Because
I feel
I
like
like
my
having
workouts-
some fast carbs before I lift. It makes me feel fuller and like have more energy in the gym.
I haven't noticed anything, to be honest. I feel fine with it. I used to train completely fasted, so I feel like even just having some sort of nutrients makes even like a little bit of a difference.
Right. Yeah. You're probably like just used to it at this point.
Yeah. I mean, I've never actually, I've never actually trained weightlifting wise. Like I don't even know probably what it feels like, to be honest with you.
dude.
Yeah.
Feels good.
Yeah, it feels good.
Yeah,
You feel pumped, bro.
I mean, like I've done some videos where I'm like, where I do like, I did this week of keto. And then the next day I did a video. I did Greg Doucette's like high carb, like one day out of a show.
oh yeah,
And then the next day,
you fucking blew up.
I was like, my skin was hurting. I just wanted to like,
So you were just so full.
yeah.
That's
And
the
there's
best feeling,
there's
bro.
photos of that day on Reddit asking if I'm natty or not.
yeah,
Really?
You were just looking the most full.
Yeah, it was
that's
crazy.
dope, dude.
Dude, that happens to Lex too, because Lex has the bone structure where like when he fills out from carbs, he does not look natural, especially in pics.
Yeah.
And that's all of his pics where the caption is something like, "This was taken the day after getting fucking 5 cheeseburgers or whatever." He's on Natty or Not Reddit the next day.
yeah. I'm gonna try that macro.
I
fast.
really
It's only-
really want to see you guys do a fucking eating competition now, because
I don't think it wouldn't be a competition though. I don't think, man. I'm sorry.
I don't know, bro. I seriously don't know.
Yeah.
Like, well, does it have to be like speed?
no,
No,
it wouldn't
just
be.
quantity.
It would be like.
The thing is about me, I'm like, a guy who goes to the bar and drinks and he just maintains the buzz. That's how my appetite is. It doesn't actually increase. It kind of just stays like I could eat, but I don't need it. But
I don't know, man. Like, this could be close.
I might
bro.
be biased because I can see how much he eats, and I haven't seen how much you eat.
Well, I did the 20K calorie challenge.
Yeah, he did 20K.
yeah.
And it was. I've never done 20. I've done a 10K, but
Was it hard?
I mean, towards the end, it was hard, but I definitely could have shoved more down, but I don't know about 20K, dude.
It was gross. It was like, that was definitely at that point. I had like the 10K, and then you're like, oh, shit, I'm only halfway done.
So 20K is kind of your limit. You're pretty. You're pretty full on 20K.
I could push. I think I could hit 25. I'm not going to do it.
But it would suck.
It would suck.
I would try to do it. Like if you said, hey, let's do a 10K tomorrow, I would do it, but I would have to be in a 1,000-calorie deficit the whole week because I'm cutting right now, obviously.
Yeah.
So it's like you got to make up for that, or whether it be doing hella cardio.
That's why.
Put it this way. I haven't seen how many calories he can eat. I can see how much volume he can eat though, and it's a lot of fucking volume. But with me, like,
I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick.
Okay, with me. Oh, careful! The poster behind you.
Oh shit.
That's a pretty sick pic, right?
I like the mustache, man.
Thank you.
bring
I
it
was
back?
rocking it
Yeah.
for a while, and then I went to Dubai to meet Hannah's family, and she's like shaved the fucking stash.
Yeah.
Yeah, she kind of totally killed
I think
my
girls
vibe.
don't like the stash for some reason.
They don't.
I can't grow facial hair, so it's all good.
Unfortunately, I can way too fast.
Would you rather not be able to grow facial hair, or would you?
It's kind of cool to have a beard that connects and is just like, I guess at the end of the day, if it came down to it, I'd rather have a full thing of like facial hair. I just wish that it grew slower because I literally shaved like 2-3 days ago, and it's already like pretty.
That's like my
pretty
lifetime
good
growth right there, probably.
It's pretty good scruff. And when I tried to grow a beard, I think I grew it out for like a month and a half for 2 months, and it was like a full ass beard. And it's just really annoying because it's also thick hair. We completely got off topic while you left.
Wait,
We started talking about
Talking about
beards.
shaving, it
Good.
looks like you can't grow facial hair either.
yeah. Oh, I can't.
No.
Yeah, but he was saying he's rocking with the stash in that pic.
Yeah.
See, I think it's sick that Chris Bumstead will grow out a beard while he's prepping or whatever, and then he'll shave everything except for the stash when he hops on stage. I mean, that's fucking sick.
Yeah,
bro.
because the
Sick.
beard covers your bloat face.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, when he's prepping though, because
I know,
then
yeah,
he
yeah, yeah.
shaves it and all of it comes together. The physique and the stash all comes together at once, and then he steps on stage and he looks like, that's the definition of classic.
Yeah.
Like, I just want a nice handlebar mustache, but Hannah doesn't like feeling that.
Bro, so I was taking a pee,
Yeah.
and obviously I'm thinking because it's the bathroom. Would you be down to do like a intermittent fast? So like we do like 3,500. We'll do our daily limit, but in like one sitting.
Yeah.
Like
Okay, yeah.
that would
Wait,
be pretty.
how about that? Who can have a bigger meal in one sitting?
I could do 10K in one sitting.
Fuck.
I'm making these bold claims right now on the internet, but I think
No,
I'm pretty confident I could.
Yeah, he seems really confident.
Is this like
about
10K
it.
of anabolic French toast, or is this 10K of like peanut butter?
Well, I did the 10K in the Anabar kitchen. Have you seen that one?
Yeah,
That
it was just
That was harder than the 20K.
because there's just so much volume.
That was
in
like,
one meal?
Like, no, I did the 10,000 calories of like egg whites and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, that was
Wait, 10,000 calories of like.
egg whites, like
Like
yogurt,
healthy
carbs-
shit.
Yeah.
So it's so much volume.
I would do that. No, let's do that. Let's do 3,000 or 4,000 calories of only anabolic in one sitting.
Because I was thinking
in a window
with Sush, I don't know how many calories he can eat because he'd be so depressed if he went over like 5K in one day. But I've seen how much volume he can eat, and I don't know how well that transfers over to actual calories because I know that when I try to eat healthy because I'm trying to like cut right now, and I have egg whites and like oatmeal for breakfast, even though it's more volume than I'd usually have if I get like a fatty breakfast sandwich.
Yeah.
I'm hungry like 30 minutes later.
See, that's
But
like
with
the question that I want to know.
Yeah,
because Greg doesn't really talk about that. I don't think anyone knows.
Well, with me, like
just
I can
denser
only
food.
speak for me, but I know that, like, I don't really know how well a dirty bulk works for me because I know that when I eat something really fatty, like if I'm in the middle of a bulk and I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna go get 2 double doubles and fries. Like, yeah, that's 2,000 calories in one meal, but I'll eat it over the course of like an hour and a half, and then I won't eat for the rest of the night.
That's kind of how I see these. You know what I'm saying? Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
I see, because like I get a protein bar. It's like 200 calories. I'll eat it, and I'm like, did I eat?
Yeah.
And then I have this,
Exactly,
and I'm like,
bro.
and
So
these
dense.
like sit, and like
Yeah.
it's like very peanut buttery, and like there's like fat.
So you can
fat-
feel it
I
in
can
there.
feel it.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like I'd rather have 280 versus having 200, and then like waiting half an hour and having another 150.
and that's what he says is like the other ones are filled
Right.
with like fiber and all
Yeah.
this stuff that just makes it so low cal.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of has its.
Well, that might have been part of the reason you were so hungry, and part of the reason you felt so bad about yourself is because you thought that you were eating so much food, and you're like, why can't I stop eating? But your body just recognized it as this shit has no calories in it. We're just going to poop it out and you're still hungry.
And that's when we tried, like you told me, you were like, I think you should try to eat more whole foods rather than just like shit filled with
stuff that's actually sustenance that like gives you the feeling of like you just ate protein, carbs, and fat and micros, and like your body on a bro science level, I feel like your body just knows like you actually just ate some shit versus you just had 0 cal syrup on cabbage.
Do you think that plays a part? Like, do you think denser food might fill you up a little bit more?
It's funny because we went to this taco place today for breakfast, and usually for breakfast I will have Greek yogurt. You know what I mean? And that's it kind of thing. But we had tacos, and it was a lot more like filling and fatty. I would never have a whole yolk or anything like that.
Right.
And I had that, and I was like, we were on the way to your place, and it was like 3 o'clock, and we had that at like 10.
And you still felt
good?
And
I was like, dude, I feel like up to here. Like I was like,
damn.
Oh, really?
You know, like I forced that pasta. It was just so good. But
honestly, maybe that's kind of key if you're cutting.
It's just the balance.
Yeah, you got to throw in some healthy fats and stuff just to kind of, because your body knows and it digests that shit slowly. And when I'm cutting, it's almost in part counterproductive eating healthier foods because I'm just hungry like 30 minutes later, and then I just eat. And for the first time in a while, I've been getting up. Hannah will go to sleep, and I'll get up and I'll go have another meal because I'm hungry, not because I have to. And I'm usually never like that.
I do really want to try the macro. I'm only gonna be thinking about macro fasting the whole.
It's great. It's
really I'm gonna try that for sure. I'll probably do it like tomorrow.
That's the only way I can stay in a deficit when I do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, well, you do Greek. You said you like. I wish I could do Greek yogurt, but
like
the dairy it fucks with my face, my acne.
Well, Will should try. You should try some of the what's it called, Rowalskine. All I know is it's in the AM fat burner
because you've never used any stimulants, right?
No.
It's not real. I mean, it's kind of a stimulant, but you definitely would not take this stimulant for like pre-workout. It's mainly for appetite suppression because it makes your stomach feel funky and you don't want to eat.
It gives you like a nausea effect where you're hungry. You could be hungry, but the nausea clashes it, and it's like
you don't want to eat.
You're just normal.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't tried that yet because I just feel like I wouldn't eat for the whole day if I had that feeling. When I'm nauseous, I cannot eat.
You would probably literally have to pour out the powder and then take like a quarter dose.
That's what I was thinking, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm surprised you've never tried any stimulants or fat burners to help you, especially with like, because now you have.
I'm like more so like just like the willpower now. Like if like I was at the point where I'd eat anything in sight. Now my mom's like, you want to fry? I'm like, back the hell up. I won't touch a fry. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of where I'm at. But I have like that fine balance of like, you know, if I go out to eat, I'm like, I don't care about the macros. Right. It's just, it is what it is. It happens. But like, I am good. Like I always say, like I'm be good most of the time. Like I'm on my diet, like literally like 6 days of the week of the, like, and then there's that one-off day. Yeah. And then people comment, how do you eat like this? I'm like, well, guys, cause I like,
it's 1 day a week.
You know, it's like, I do cardio like intensely. I eat like under my maintenance, you know, like I like suffer those days to do this video. Right. People don't see that. And so then they think that I just do that all the time.
So are your video days your cheat days?
I actually don't, like after that 20K one, I don't do those anymore.
This video must have sucked. I followed the average American diet.
Yeah, so I do.
You must have felt like shit,
I did feel like shit. Oh, yeah, I did feel like shit. But I do a lot of those videos still with like the high calorie foods. But I never do any like you'll never see me do like a 20K cheat day anymore. Like I don't do those anymore. Yeah, I did that Andre Rush one where I did 1,200 grams of protein in one day, and that was probably one of the harder ones I've done.
What do you think of Chef Rush?
What do I think of him?
Think he's legit?
Yeah, he's natty, bro.
You know what? I like.
Do you think he eats that much?
I mean, wait, so he claims to eat 20K a day?
He claims to eat 8,000 a day, and then 60% of those calories coming from protein. So it comes to 1,200 grams of protein. I mean, like, you watch that video where he talks about the foods, and I'm like, I was trying to like put that macro split because it's such low fat and carbs in comparison to the protein, like that, like foods by default almost wouldn't even fit into the macro breakdown. Right. So I was kind of like, how does this guy even do that? So I don't know. But again,
unless he's eating just straight powder, protein powder all day.
Yeah. But in terms of the push-ups that he says that he does, I mean,
doesn't he say he does like thousands of push-ups a day or something?
I guess you never know because you never know like what he's talking about form-wise or stuff. Because you can see he was doing quarter rep stuff. Like you
pump him out, bro.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't really know that much about Chef Rush. I just know that I watched the video on him, Greg's video, and I think Derek's video. Yeah. Where he like was claiming natty, and then accused Greg of being racist because he said he was on natty. And then does he claim that he only does push-ups or something, or does he just supplement his workout?
He does weightlifting.
He has a. I did his arm workout too. It was disgusting amount of volume. Yeah.
The Rich Piana 8-hour arm workout.
Yeah. It was similar to that, man. It was like everything's like 5 sets, 25 reps, like multiple things.
That's like me back in like when I just would go in the gym for a pump. And honestly, I kind of do that now, especially when I'm cutting, because like when I'm trying to lose weight, I don't really focus on strength. You know, I don't really care.
Well,
about
you actually should, because keeping your strength is kind of depressing because your strength goes down. So the willpower to get through that and saying I'm going to train for strength anyway, that's why I've been doing those heavy singles on bench, and why I've been trying to go heavy is because like keeping your strength as high as you can keep it is what's going to maintain the most muscle on the cut.
Yeah.
Just training for pump is like not really going to do that much.
Yeah.
But so Ontario's fully locked down, as you said, but you're here now. As you can see, everything's fine and dandy over here.
Mm-hmm.
We had yesterday or the day before, we had 0 statewide COVID deaths. And that is from a post I saw on Instagram, so don't take my word for it. But the COVID infection rate's gone way down here. The death rate has gone way down. There's no mask mandate. There's no vaccine mandate. There's none of that. So, and there's also way lower taxes. There's no state tax in Texas. So I ask of you, when are you moving here?
It's freaking sick, man. I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely something to get used to right now. I'm still like kind of like I feel uncomfortable in moments.
You said this week was your first time in the gym, right?
First time in the gym.
And I saw people were posting stories with you at Alphalete being like, "Yo, Will Tennyson."
Yeah.
Did you ever have that before? Where like in Toronto?
No, because
I'm sorry,
because I actually started. Well,
was it Toronto?
Yeah, Toronto. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I kind of started YouTube during COVID. So like kind of like at the cusp of COVID right there. Like kind of like I didn't really actually start building a name for myself until like January of 2020, and then COVID happened in March. And then I was always training at like a not a commercial gym, just like a privately owned gym. So everyone kind of just knew me for who I was kind of at the beginning. So kind of people just didn't kind of think of anything about the social media.
That's funny. I didn't even think of that. So you started YouTube during COVID, and then obviously shit's been shut down. Yeah. So this is probably kind of the first time, and it's all hitting you at once. 240,000 followers or whatever. Yeah. All just like, I mean, that must be a really fucking weird experience for you.
This is not my first time. My first time at a gym, like commercial gym, was not commercial gym, but like a gym where there was like a public gym, was like 613 lifts in Ottawa.
Okay.
And I walked into the gym. I didn't no idea what to expect, right? Because I didn't know. And then it was weird.
Yeah.
Because people I was like, oh, people actually know who I am. It's like,
damn. So they were coming up to you and they were like, yo.
People ask me like personal questions, like, oh, like, hey man, how's like your mom doing? How's like your dog doing? I'm like, holy shit. Like, I mean, like, wow, it's like it's great. It's great. And then I met people yesterday that they lost 120 pounds from watching my videos. It's like, that's the best.
That's the best. No, that's what I'm saying.
It's insane, bro.
Yeah.
And then you get a pic with them and they're like so hype. It's so dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. When people come up and they're like, or when people leave comments, it's usually comments that I see, but sometimes people will come up in person and they're like, dude, I literally like started lifting because of you. Yeah. And it's like, damn, good shit.
Yeah, or they'll be like, they'll come up to me and be like, bro, you're way bigger in person. And I'm like, thanks,
that's
dog.
nice
Yeah,
that's nice too.
Yeah, that's
like, bro, you're fucking jacked.
Yeah, that's
Will said that to us. Let's go. He was like, you guys are way bigger in person.
Yeah.
I'm like,
your arms, man.
Thank you, man.
Double the size in person.
So shit, that means I'm shit at taking pictures.
I'm seeing a lot of the question is the subscriber count that you do not show, and why do you not show your subscriber count?
I mean, right now there's no reason for me not showing it, but I mean, I started off not showing it because when I watched YouTube, I kind of fell into this kind of like thing I'm about to say, is that I would kind of look at how many subscribers somebody has and then correlate that with how good their content is. Like I mean, like you could have a video and you have like almost 100K. And then someone has 1 million followers, I'd probably watch theirs because I think it's better. Right. But then your stuff's probably way better. You know what I mean? Yeah. People don't give you the time of day based off your following.
That is true.
So I turned it off because I was like, how about you judge me based off what you watch, not just based off the number?
I'm surprised that's worked so well. Because a lot of people are really superficial with that kind of stuff. So the fact that you don't have a sub count and you're arguably like, maybe not the biggest, but one of the biggest fitness YouTubers.
Well, you're definitely
shit worked out well.
It's definitely so true though, because like I'll admit it. Like if I see somebody with like, if I see a video, if I just like look up something that I need to know, and then I see a account with 500 sub or 500K subs or like
you're like
2K
the information's
subs.
not gonna be good, the video quality's not gonna be good.
I'm gonna click on the one with
exactly.
With the subs.
For me, it's mainly I don't care that much about subs. I care more about view count.
That's
so if I look up a video like how to fix Tesla Model 3 blah 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 not working. And one video has 13,000 views and another has 500,000. I'm definitely going for the one with 500,000.
Because if you look at the YouTube pyramid, literally subscribers is the last thing you should worry about, because it's like, like you said, the view count.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I think comments and just like, I'd rather have 10,000 good followers that actually follow me and like what
That
I
highly
do.
engage with your shit.
Versus 1 million and then, 800,000 don't
Dude,
watch.
I was literally thinking about this last night because I have 60.4, something like that on YouTube. And I was thinking sorry, it's a growth hormone reminder. I was thinking that I could try to rebrand or whatever and really shoot for the algorithm videos, and then subsequently kind of let down my really hardcore followers that fuck with me because my content right now is literally just me.
Yeah.
It's like, this is what I do, this is how I train, this is what I eat, this is me and Sush being funny. This is me on a day-to-day basis. And if people are going to fuck with me because of that, that's way more gratifying to me than people only fucking with me because I make content that is super algorithmically worthy.
Yeah.
But then you go and post a video, if you have that kind of account, and then you go post vlog day in the life and it gets 2,000 views because people don't care about the kind of shit.
That's what you see. You see some channels where they'll have a video that blows up because it's like, oh, I collab with so and so. We do this workout, and then all of a sudden they do day in the life, and it's like,
yeah. Well, I
half
see
the
that.
views.
I see that. Weirdly enough, I see that with photography channels, or because I look a lot at cameras and stuff, just because I'm interested in it.
Yeah.
And I'll see there's some channels that have a lot of videos that have 1 million+ views, and it's my review on the Sony A7S III.
Yeah.
But then they try to move into vlogging content, and they have 1 million subs because of their videos that blew up about their camera reviews, but then their vlogs have 10,000 views compared to their other videos that have 1 million views. And I would just not ever want to fall into that,
Yeah, I like that because when I was saying I went to 613 lifts, people were asking me about my mom. This got my dog, and my dog has 30,000 on Instagram. It's my older sister has 10,000 on Instagram. It's because
Cal needs to beat that.
Cal's got 10K.
Yeah.
Holy shit, really?
Yeah, just under.
It's because I share everything.
Yeah.
And the people really actually care about and it's really nice to see. It's so I'd rather kind of, have people that care and actually this community. I'm way more focused on the comments. I'll respond to as many comments as I can.
Yeah.
Get back to people versus just okay, I have 1 million subscribers. Sick.
Well,
It's
you've
I've noticed got a cult.
Yeah, because I've noticed that
sure.
when let's say your video doesn't do as well in the algorithm as you'd like, it's still getting 200K plus every single one.
Yeah.
So I mean, you have the outliers that are 1 million or whatever, but then when the regular ones, not saying, you know what I mean?
No, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
The normal vids, the not viral vids are still 200K,
Yeah.
200K, which is
Wait, so will you say, do you have over 500K subs?
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
we'll get there
Nice.
one day.
Yeah.
That is sick.
Okay, I wanted to ask you. We didn't talk about this before. I wanted to ask you what got you into fitness, or maybe you're someone you looked up to.
Yeah. My fitness journey started with my eating disorder kind of thing. So when I was 270, I knew I was very self-conscious about it because I made fun of all the time at school, and you kind of just laugh it off. But everyone who laughs it off actually,
It hurts.
Yeah,
it hurts. Yeah.
Of
And
course,
yes.
everyone. Because I had people asking about self-confidence. We pretty much.
Yeah. So I growing up, even as a young kid, I was always that kid who wore the t-shirt at the pool. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just everything like that. And I always knew I was I got to lose weight one time, but then this one thing clicked, and I was out for lunch with my friends at high school, and we went to this pizza place, and then usually at the end of when you eat, they give all the students a lollipop, and before you leave, and then the guy comes up with the jar of them, and there's a big table of us, and he starts handing them out. He doesn't give it to me. And I'm like, can I have one? He's like, you shouldn't have one.
Whoa,
What the fuck?
wait, is this guy was employed by the pizza place?
This is not made up. That's not made up story.
He's the owner. Yeah, the owner of it. And
Holy
then so
fuck.
everyone started laughing, and I kind of just laughed it off, I didn't give a shit. But then
How old was this guy? Who does that to a fucking
I know.
kid?
And I was I think. He
But
was
hey, it worked apparently.
yeah, man. And then that when that happened, dude, I was walking home from that place to the school, and I was like, it just clicked. And
clicked.
That night I went home, I remember it vividly. I laid in my bed. I'm like, I'm gonna do it now. And then from that moment, it was just like laser, like tunnel vision. And I just started dropping weight. Like I was like on point, and it started so healthy. There was like chicken, like everything. Like I never like went off my diet and like.
And you must have gotten addicted as soon as you saw that scale dropping and you saw changes in the mirror.
Yeah.
That's when it started to turn into kind of disorder.
Yeah. So I got way too addicted to that. So like I dropped like 30 pounds, like healthy. Like I was doing like the good, like the right
slowly
thing.
And slowly
Slowly.
In months, right? Like 30 pounds in like probably 2 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And like, cause
Fair.
cause I was really like on top of like the protein and stuff like that. And then
2.5 pounds a week, I think.
yeah. And then, you know, then I was like, okay, well, I like the way my face is kind of like, you know, coming in and getting chiseled. I like the way I can kind of see like, you know, it's like things are kind of leaning up a bit.
Yeah.
And you're getting like the comments at school, like everyone's like, holy shit, like good job. And then,
Yeah.
you know, all of a sudden it just went like fast. It just, all of a sudden it just dropped. I was like, okay, I'm going to drop the calories even more. You know, I'm not going to eat any, you know, like I didn't understand food at that time either. So I didn't know protein was like protein. And I just saw calories.
So you didn't do any like prior research. You literally
No.
just got home after the lollipop incident,
Dude,
and you
yeah.
were just like,
I was
"Fuck
like,
it.
I gotta lose
I'm
weight.
gonna eat less."
I gotta eat less. And
Yeah.
I didn't really understand like, okay, I gotta have protein or anything. It was just like I gotta eat less.
How many calories do you remember like your protocol, your diet, like when you first
Roughly.
started?
I got to the point where I would like lie to my parents that I would bring lunch to school, so I wouldn't eat it. Like I would say I packed a lunch and I wouldn't bring lunch. And I would literally get up in the morning and I would have a little bowl of cereal and an apple, and that'd be it until like dinner. And then at dinner time, I was like terrified of like anything else. So I'd have like a piece of chicken, some salad, and then call it.
Jesus.
And then when I got home from school, I would just run. Like
Well,
I could have done
That's
like,
probably less than 1,000 calories.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
probably.
Oh yeah, and I could have ran a marathon, dude. Like I ran like as soon as I got home, I ran
Damn.
like-
For how long would you say?
like multiple hours on the treadmill. I just ran. And like my face was kind of getting like droopy and like stuff like that. And I remember this one time, you know, because I saw like I was kind of like that. I had that mentality like the white bread was bad.
Yeah.
You know, like I was just like I had no idea what I was doing.
Right.
So we ordered this place. It's called Swiss Chalet. It's in Canada. It's a good rotisserie chicken place. So I got like a rotisserie chicken, quarter chicken with a salad, and then all those meals come with a roll, right? And I remember kind of just like eating it, and I was like staring at this roll like I wanted it so bad, and I was just like it was just like haunting me because I wanted to eat it, and I just caved and I ate it. So I went to bed that night, and then I got up at 4 a.m. because I couldn't sleep. I was just worried about that roll that I ate.
Yeah.
And I searched it up, and it was 110 calories. So I literally
Went on the treadmill and burned it off.
Yeah, my dad came down. He said, "What are you doing?" And I was like running. He'd like take me off because I was like so like I had to get those calories off.
He had to take you off the treadmill.
Yeah, because I was like I can't sleep until I run it off.
Did your parents kind of at this point start to notice that like you had an issue?
Yeah, I was
Were
like,
they saying shit?
my mom was like, "What are you like?" She all the time she'd be like, "What are you doing to yourself?"
Yeah.
You know, and like you would visibly like upset her, and like that's like one of the hardest things that's ever happened to me. Like I get like emotional like talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then but yeah, she was like not happy with that, and then
Because she was really into fitness, so she probably knew like this is not good. Like she knew better than anyone. Like this is not normal.
Yeah.
Losing weight. This is like a real disorder.
And my mom was like was the same way. She was just like, you gotta like this is not like you, you know?
Yeah.
And that's when they say something like that, it's like fuck.
And then you see like then I still didn't think it was unhealthy at the time, and then I'd run into people who I haven't seen in a while, and then like I was expecting like, oh like wow you look great, but they're like, what are you doing to yourself? Like I remember like my boxing coach who I haven't seen in a long time. I go downstairs like to meet him, like to see him, like I haven't seen him for like maybe like 5 months, and he like literally looked like he like saw a ghost.
Were you just severely malnourished?
Oh yeah, like,
so
it was
depleted.
like I was like just I had to like sit down. Sometimes I couldn't like walk, and yeah, and then it affected my hockey. Like I just barely could play.
Yeah, dude, you have no calories,
Wait,
especially
so-
a sport on ice
Yeah.
like that where you need the calories. Dude, I
Yeah.
bet you're
Oh my
dog shit.
At this
Oh.
point,
Yeah.
at this point chronologically, was this like the lowest weight you got to roughly
Yeah, so I was around like 135 pounds.
at 6 foot? Were you 6 foot at
No,
this point?
that time I was around still like I was still growing, so I'd say around like 5'9" and a half.
5'10",
At
maybe.
130?
Yeah,
5'10", 130.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Damn. So what ended up kind of?
Yeah, how'd you reverse that?
I assume you weren't hitting the gym at this
No,
point.
no,
it was
not at
just
all.
food, and then it
Yeah.
kind of turned into like, okay,
Yeah.
I can build a physique out of this.
Yeah. So my dad's the one who got me into it. So we've always had that gym, that same gym I have now in the basement, and he would be making me like he knew I was underweight, like he knew the issue, so he'd be making me shakes and be pouring olive oil into it, and not tell me.
Oh.
For me to have
Damn.
it, like he would be like putting olive oil like to sneak the calories in, because otherwise I wouldn't touch it. And then he would do that. And then he actually brought me downstairs one day, and he wrote me on a piece of paper, like this, like such like a workout, like a minimalist, like just like a bro split kind of like, do like your
just get in the gym,
get your curls done. Yeah.
Wait. So how'd you find out about the whole oil and the shit? He told you later?
Yeah, he told me later.
Once you were jacked, he was like, oh, by the way, I was bulking you up back then.
I also caught him one time too.
Oh, really?
I caught him one time too. Yeah. And then that a little bit of a fight there, but
damn.
Yeah. But he took me downstairs, and he started making me do like, he would be my personal trainer, and he like do curls with me, like rows and stuff. And then you get the results in like a couple weeks.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you start getting hooked on that instead of the losing weight. You're like, damn, I'm getting
So did you start eating more?
No. So the thing is, I started lifting, but then I was still afraid of food. So I kind of maintained this like really skinny, like I had a vein like in my arm. Right. But like I would never.
So you were shredded to the bone, had a little bit of muscle.
Oh, yeah.
You probably looked really good with the shirt off because you were just lean as fuck.
Yeah, like when I was in university, everyone's like, "Oh my god, this guy's so shredded."
The
like,
abs.
Yeah, but like my arms were like legit, like that. You know what I mean? But like I was terrified of food, like, and I started to learn more about nutrition, but like not the right way. I'd be like, okay, carbs, I can't eat them.
Did you start to watch like the sort of like V-shred people on like YouTube and stuff, like the really mainstream?
Yeah.
See, this is what I was talking about. When you first start getting into lifting and you start watching the fitness YouTubers, the super mainstream, like the people we don't even think of,
they're making bread off.
They're making
the young
bread,
guy.
because those are the ones doing like Facebook ads, YouTube ads, and they're like, okay, you can't eat carbs and you need to know your body type and all this kind of stuff. And then once you get more into it, you start seeing the actual real fitness YouTubers, and that's when you start to learn your shit.
Especially when you and I'm glad like you're on here talking about what you talked about already, just because someone like V-Shred or whoever, like I don't know his situation or what he's dealt with, but I don't know his history. So like, and people might think, they look at him and it's like, oh, he's so happy. He doesn't have like, he's so happy with his life. He never has had any trouble.
Yeah.
I want to be like him. Rather than like people who are more open about it being like, no, like I was this way and I had a fucking terrible eating disorder and now I'm like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's just V-Shred rant, or just like in general the mainstream, diet things, like Weight Watchers type stuff.
Yeah. I'd actually say like probably David Lade was the first one or the first mainstream person to put people on to the idea of like power building plus like hard gaining. Yeah. And all these little twig kids started realizing their idol was eating like 3,000 calorie meals full of fat. And that's when they started to realize, that's when there was like the great awakening of all the twinks who were like, holy shit, I just need to eat way more bulky, unhealthy foods.
Yeah.
That was me for sure.
Because everyone's like, oh, eat healthy, eat healthy, eat healthy. But really, like some people just need the calories, bro.
Yeah. And when I first started.
You're like, sorry, I was just going to say, unless you're like,
fat,
unless you're like, if you're like trying to like compete on the Olympia, like Jay Cutler was eating just like chicken and rice.
Right.
And
no, I'm talking about like newbies.
Yeah.
And because when I first started lifting, I had just kind of rudimentary knowledge of what was healthy and what wasn't. And I did know that I needed protein, but I remember I was like 140 pounds probably. Yeah. And I remember having my mom buy me like chicken breast and white rice and stuff like that. And it was around the time I started watching like Dave, Dylan, Quinn, like the OG squad, that I realized like, oh, I kind of have a similar body type, like build to these guys. I'm super lean. And I was watching them fucking pound down meals. Yeah. And that's when I started really gaining size, because I was like, holy shit, I need to eat way more fucking food than I'm eating.
So who did you have anybody that like?
I had never watched YouTube up until like maybe like a couple years ago. So I never had anyone that I actually followed, like who like inspired me. Like everything that I never had a pivotal moment where I'm like, okay, I got to eat better.
It was all
it was all self-taught. So I honestly like, I have been training, like I've been training for like 6 years type of thing. But I think like truthfully, like good training, like understanding diet, like 3 years.
By the way, we have 20 minutes left. Just want to say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you said, diet and then training, and then what kind of training was it?
Man, so I have a very dangerously addictive personality, in a way that like I'll be invested into something so intense. So when I got into the working out, it'd be like, it was extreme. Like I'd be doing like the Chef Rush's fucking arm workout, you know what I mean? Like, and that'd be like my workout 2 of the day, you know? So I'd be doing like 2 a days, like 7 days a week, no rest days. I thought a rest day I'd lose muscle type of thing like that. And, you know, so I kind of developed like over time, I'm still kind of learning the whole thing, but like, you know, everything's self-taught for me. Yeah.
So when you say self-taught, you still do research. It's just not with like YouTube. It's more just like, obviously you had to look some shit up eventually.
Yeah. I think honestly, I learned a lot from my mom. I think like my mom is like, so like, she gets like 30,000 steps a day. She trains hard in the basement. She does like Orange Theory every day. Like she's like, Will, gotta have like chicken. Like she kind of got on me. She's like, you know, you gotta have
a good mentor right there.
Yeah. So
my mom lifts as well. I mean, she's not that jacked as yours, but she's like really into the gym, and she's been into the gym for probably 30 years. So she definitely mentored me when I first started, and then it turned into like YouTubers and shit. Yeah.
So, you were doing that, but then when did you realize, okay, I need to chill? Like you were doing 2 a day, 7 days a week. But when were you like, I'm not making any gains?
When I still looked like shit. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you're like, I'm doing so you didn't make any gains, right?
No, none at all.
Because you had no recovery.
Yeah, and then funny enough, like I was doing all this, and then do you know Kino Body?
Yeah, Kino Body, yeah.
Bro, I hopped on Kino Body's program, right? I was just like, okay, you know what? Fuck this.
Wait, is that Greg
Gallagher? Yeah.
Gallagher.
So I was like, what the fuck? This guy works 3 days a week. Doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, let me try this. So I was like doing it, but I was also panicking like.
Fuck, 4 rest days a week.
Yeah, I was like panicking fucking 24/7. But the thing was, I was growing.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit. Like I was like, I feel good. And like my body was like recompositioning like within like weeks. You know what I mean? Like I was like, my body's like recovering. I'm getting stronger right away. Mm-hmm. And I was like, holy shit, there's obviously something to this, right?
So his program also has like a meal plan that goes with it.
Yeah. So it was kind of like, oh, you know, get that protein in.
Yeah.
I mean, like, granted,
it was probably mostly the food that changed your body around because you just weren't eating before.
Also the rest though, because I mean think about it, two a days for 7 weeks.
And the thing is, I never progressively overloaded. I didn't understand. Like I'm just going like, what am I doing today? Like what's available to me versus like, okay, I gotta hit this set. You know what I mean? Like gotta hit the weight. And then, you know, I never did intermittent fasting, but I just kind of followed that kind of protocol. And then that's kind of like where I kind of like, okay, I can understand this.
Well,
now.
he does that, right? He does like intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
He's all about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say that Greg, even though like he would normally be the type that I'd kind of poo-poo on as like being a mainstream influencer, he does not fuck around with training. Like he actually understands that like you have to train hard and heavy and like hit PRs and stuff, like 1 rep maxes, which is good. It's good to see like a mainstream influencer actually like taking training seriously, even though obviously you can maximize gains if you train more than 3 days
I think
a
especially
week,
when you're younger, you want to kind of do all those like fancy like cable shit and like in the machines and stuff. And I go to the gym with my friends and I'd be following this program. Like we got to do incline bench, we got to do chin ups and like barbell rows. Are like, yo, fuck no.
Yeah, like that's what I didn't realize is I feel like every kid, once you start working out, you need to build that foundation where it's like compounds. Yeah. And then, you know, like you probably wouldn't even really have to do that much volume with like isolation exercises as long as you're doing like just the
main compound,
human lifts, you know?
Yeah. So I still think like to this day, I'm a very I'm a very minimalist trainer. Like, I train very, very like low volume to most people, I'd say, in fitness YouTube.
100%.
You know, like how many, like if you were to bench,
if I was to do like I do chest, back, biceps on the same day. I would do like,
I've heard chest and back split. Yeah.
I do incline bench 3 sets and then flat 3 sets and call it. That's it for chest.
Damn.
And then for back, I'd do 1 like pull and then 1 row and call it, and then do 1 bicep done.
So like 4 compounds, 1 isolation, and then you're out.
I'm out.
I mean, that sounds the same for me, except it would all be chest. So normally I will do like 2 compounds, like free weight compounds. So it'll usually be something like bench and then move to incline dumbbell and then like a chest machine finisher. Okay. And then move on to isolation. So I'll just do like 1 isolation chest, 1 isolation tries, and I'm done.
Wait, so you're doing 3 sets, but they're intense, right? Oh, it's like low volume, but they're intense.
I go all out, yeah.
All out.
I usually 100%. Go like the third set's like I'm giving it everything I got.
That's kind of like I mean Greg, because I remember watching a video. He was like, you don't need to do more than 10 sets a week on a certain muscle, and I was like thinking in my head, dude, I do like 40 a week because I'm doing 20 a workout. So I think everyone just responds differently.
I mean, I think 20 sets per week per muscle group. So 20 sets of push per week is pretty good for most people. I mean, some people.
But he's saying 10.
I know.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, sorry.
Like, I mean, yeah, maybe. Wait, he's saying 10 sets per week?
Per muscle group,
Yeah,
like
I don't think so.
I guess like that means also direct training, right? So I guess if you're hitting like your shoulders, you indirectly be hitting like the upper chest too. Right. I think he's saying just chest.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's fair then, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Or I might have been taking that out of context. He might have said 10 sets of bench, maybe. I don't know. Who knows?
Whatever. I mean, regardless.
Not that much volume.
That's kind of, I mean, once you started training with me, you kind of already knew that, but you kind of just hopped on board with my training style and you fucking blew up.
Yeah, because
you
it
started
totally hit
doing,
switch it because I was doing volume. Like I wasn't progressive overloading. I was going in there 25 reps, like just trying to get that pump. And then as soon as I moved in with him, I started training power building, you know, like lower volume, higher
intensity.
So I have a question for you guys because you guys have been you guys are both enhanced, right?
Yeah.
So like from my belief is that like naturally to train, it's more about getting stronger versus training enhanced. Because I'm under that impression, like, you know, I gotta go into the gym and I gotta.
I have a different view. I already know what you're gonna say. I have a different view.
No, because like I gotta go to the gym. I gotta progressively overload. Like if I bench 225 for 3 sets of 10, I gotta go and get 230 for 3 sets of 10 next week. And if I don't, then I'm not growing, right? That's kind of like,
and that is true. And the thing that I think a lot of people, there's a misconception about gear, especially with people that use gear. Because here's what happens: you're training natural, and then you start using gear, and you grow in. You start taking gear and then you think you have to change your training to pump training. Mm-hmm. And what happens is you start growing in spite of your training style rather than because of your training style. So your training style is saying don't grow, but the gear is saying no, grow. Yeah. So the take home message is that training principles are the exact same if you're enhanced or if you're natural. It's just that everything is scaled up when you're enhanced. Yeah. So you can do more volume, you can progressively overload faster, but at the end of the day, whatever is going to make you grow when you're natural is going to make you grow faster enhanced. Yeah. So focusing on progressive overload, that's the number one thing that I do, even with isolation exercises. Yeah. I keep mental track. Yeah. If I did this weight for 12 reps last time, I'm going to do sets of 13 this time, even if it's a little tricep finisher. Yeah. Right? So a lot of people that, like, I've heard multiple people on gear that compete say like, oh, it's different when you're enhanced. Like you want to train more bodybuilding style and just do like pump shit. Yeah.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Yeah. Right. That's what I was going to,
but it's like, no, like it does work, but it's not because you're training. It's working in spite of that shitty new training style because you're taking gear. That gear is going to make you grow. If you had just stuck to your original plan that you were doing when you were natty, and just used more weight and more volume, but still stuck to the same principles, progressive overload, heavy compounds, all that kind of stuff, that's going to maximize the utility of using gear.
Yeah. I think the misconception that people have about natural versus enhanced is the reason why there's fake naturals, right? Because if you think about it, like the reason why there's fake naturals is because people don't want to claim that they're on something because people think that they don't know what they're talking about. You know what I mean? Like, I think that people who...
Like, the gear just did the work,
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. Yeah. So I think that people are like, oh, because this guy's on steroids, he probably doesn't know what he's talking about because, you know, it was just easy. You know, and I think that's why...
Yeah, and even if you are on steroids, it's not like some people might not have the genetics to just look good, you know?
And I think because that people look at it like, oh, okay, he probably doesn't know, you know? And I think that's probably like why people hide it.
Yeah, I mean, to a degree, though, being straight up, gear does make it easier in a way, but that's kind of up to you. Yeah. Like, you can take gear and not try in the gym. And if you weren't trying in the gym before and then you take gear and continue not really trying, you will make gains because at the end of the day, what does gear do? It just really mainly increases the rate of protein synthesis, which in layman's terms is it fucking builds muscle. Yeah. So if you break down muscle, the whole idea is you break down muscle, it builds back bigger, whether you're natural or on gear. It's just it builds back a little bit bigger each training session when you're on gear. Yeah. So, but the thing is, you can, the whole point of gear, in my opinion, is you can train in a way and achieve a look that you can never achieve naturally because you don't have the time on this planet to do it and you have a certain genetic limit. Yeah. And it's like, I have a certain goal physique that I want to look like. And maybe I could achieve it naturally if I trained for 15 years, but do I want to achieve my goal physique when I'm 35 and settle down with kids, or do I want to achieve it by the time I'm 22? Exactly, that's my specific stance is like, I got my golden years, 20s. I want to kind of have my goal physique by the time I'm in my 20s. Right.
Yeah.
And I would say
I still train like a fucking animal. And so do you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes.
Usually.
But okay. So I wanted to ask you, because we talked about this a little bit before, you like your passion is food, right? Yeah. Like making food. So that brings me to the question, like, what would you be doing if YouTube didn't like pay? If you didn't have, like, what would you be doing? What would you want to do?
100% have a restaurant, and I still want to. That's like my lifelong long-term goal.
Yeah. Oh, you totally could.
Yeah,
you could do it right now if you wanted to.
You could open like a bodybuilder's restaurant, anabolic restaurant. You could have a bulking menu and a cutting menu.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd go to it.
I was almost gonna go. There's a place called like Cordon Bleu School. It's in Ottawa, in like Canada.
Okay.
It's like very well known for being a chef school, and like my parents really wanted me to go. I wanted to go deep down, and I wanted to go because pursue that. But you know, being like in the fitness space and like my mentality was not where it should be. Like it's not where it is now. I was like, why should I go and then make all this really good food in school and I won't eat it? Like how can you be a chef
it's gonna
and
be
so
fatty
passionate
and
about
shit.
food and then not eat it because I don't want to go over my macros and stuff like that. So I left that. I ditched that, and then that's how I kind of got into kind of like cooking, like what I do now, like the anabolic kind of stuff. And then, you know, but that's always been like my passion. It's like the cooking. Honestly, cooking, fitness for me. Yeah.
Well, so do you think that you could ever I think personally you could fulfill that dream of like just being more involved with food and like cooking by doing like a cookbook. Yeah. Like it's literally disclaimer, this is all my idea, you know, and you could make a cookbook and then you could actually like experiment with food that you know is going to be healthy. It's going to fit your macros, but also it's going to fulfill that like chef desire in you.
Working on that right now.
Oh,
yeah.
All right.
We'll need a copy of that.
Look out for that.
Yeah. It's taking a lot longer than expected.
Yeah, I mean, supposedly
it's hundreds of recipes, dude.
It's tough,
takes a while.
I underestimated it for sure.
Yeah, and you want to create your own. Like everyone knows French toast by now, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like you had to put your own thing into it.
Make the Houston. We have a pasta.
Yeah,
exactly. yeah.
So yeah, chef, and then what kind of like what? So what's your favorite food? Like, what would your restaurant be? Or maybe you want to cook something.
People won't understand the Houston reference if they didn't watch Sushi's video.
Yeah.
Go watch Sushi's video.
I mean, I love like, you know, like really good authentic Italian food.
Yeah.
And like good seafood, like good like brick oven pizza and stuff. Like whatever restaurant I open is gonna have like this monumental kind of like right in the middle, like brick oven like pizza. Like that's kind of like my thing.
Flatbread style pizza in a brick oven.
Yeah, like that's like I love that. Like no matter where I go, I'll look on the menu for a pizza and I'll get that.
Yeah.
That's why you asked me to make you a pizza today.
Yeah, he asked me to make him anything. I said pizza,
and I was like, dude, my oven's broken.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah, it's fucked.
So pizzas. I mean, do you have you made? Because I know there are like some anabolic pizzas out there. Are they any good? Do you?
I've made a few because I don't like to call like, and I'm not like throwing any shade here, but just like if I just say like I'm gonna put sauce on a flatbread and put cheese on it, that's a recipe.
Right.
You know,
that's not throwing it. I have no recipes, bro.
Yeah. I'm not. Like,
I have
Chipotle.
Chipotle.
You know what I mean? I'm more so of like if I'm making a recipe, like you're literally like getting the ingredients and you're making it from scratch.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, like I'm not about like, okay, here's a sandwich, go buy this and put it onto this. Because that you're building. You're not
Yeah. You're building instructions.
So you want it to be chef.
Like this is like it's definitely gonna be like probably it's gonna be a little bit more detailed.
Well, that's good because that'll make you kind of the outlier for people who really love cooking.
Yeah. So
and also love fitness.
A few more steps, not as simple.
Yeah.
But I mean,
tastes
that's why
better.
It's been taking a long time. Yeah.
Yeah, and it'll taste fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Dude, if you have a restaurant, you gotta have the calories next to everything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking
and macros.
Yes,
Yeah.
dude. Because I was thinking, I remember going to places I was like, come on.
Yeah.
2021, you got to put the calories on this.
I'm gonna put the
fucking
calories
menus.
for half the serving, then I put in the fine print on the very bottom. Just
Yeah,
for half
full.
The serving.
Oh yeah, so then they won't know.
Yeah, they won't know. Yeah.
You're just fucking over everybody.
Yeah.
Would that be in Canada?
Yeah, for sure.
Damn. So you're not moving down here?
Yeah. We'll see.
States are.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, we'll see.
The states are cool.
The States are cool.
Yeah, they're cool.
I'm slightly biased.
Sorry, were you gonna say something?
No, go ahead.
Oh, because you blew up like when COVID happened.
Yeah.
Do you think? Oh, sorry,
What?
can't say COVID. You know, on
whatever.
YouTube. But yeah, you blew up, and then do you like? For me, at least, people were watching hella YouTube.
Yeah.
So especially when you're doing cooking, like I remember watching your
Yeah.
I think it was Burn 10K and Eat 10K, and I did I tried to do a little thing of that as well. That shit was like during the pandemic, and that was like one of my best videos. And I'm pretty sure that was one of your best videos at the time too.
Yeah, that one hit over 1 million now.
So do you think like people being in, quarantine and stuff, it helped you out, especially when your videos are in your house because people were like, oh, I could do this shit.
I honestly don't know. I feel like it's like the stuff I do is like very broad in a sense that like I probably have a very, very different demographic. Like my analytics probably looks a lot different than most people in fitness, I would say, because like if you look at my demographic, male, female, I'm like almost 30% female now. I'm like 27, 28% female because I do a lot of cooking too.
Yeah.
And there's like, and then I'll be at grocery shopping. Then like there'll be like a mom with a baby carriage, and she'll stop me and ask for a photo.
Damn.
You know what I mean? Because like
that's insane.
Yeah, because like I mean,
imagine us getting stopped by a mom with a baby carriage.
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like it's just like I do like it's a very like wide range, which is why I have so many like different age ranges. Like there's like majority of my demographics 26 to 35. Actually, people think it's younger. It's actually 26 to 35 because I do a lot of like the cooking and stuff like that. So there's a lot more of like a lifestyle component. And generally, my cooking videos do a lot better because I don't really consider like I'm not in fitness. Like I'm. You know, I like
you lift, but you cook, but you lift.
I just like to be fit. You know what I mean? Like I don't care about getting my biceps bigger. I just want to like be fit, be healthy, and just have a good time. But when I'm in the kitchen, that's like where I'm like, I'm in my happy zone. You know?
Right.
So definitely no gear for you.
No, no way.
Because he just said, I don't care. I just want to be healthy and be fit. So definitely
and look good.
Yeah, definitely no gear.
The second I joined the Gymshark, you see that logo. It's like that I'm not natural anymore. You know? Yeah. So it's kind of like a weird, like
you got too thin a hair. I think it'd go bye. If you were on test.
My hair's thin. What the heck? I have like the thick.
No. Like I feel like this one, like this, like you got white man hair.
What right here?
Don't you think that's white guy hair?
No, I just think it's long.
Oh, maybe it's just
that's what happened when it gets long.
Maybe
it looks like it comes down because I don't want to be racist. Well, this isn't racist, but like white, this isn't racist at all. I actually don't know. I actually don't know why I even said that, but like white people tend to just have like. The hair's not thinning, but each individual hair is thinner. Yeah. So when it gets long, it looks like thin. But I don't think that means that it would fall out faster.
Wait, so does thinning hair mean the actual hair strain?
Thinning hair. No, thinning hair, when you're referring to it, means like it's falling out. But when I say thin hair, I mean each follicle is thinner than, for example, like a black person's hair has like thicker curly hair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But like so you'd probably be straight.
Both people, like a black person versus a white person, would have an equal chance of like losing hair on gear.
But people already think I'm on it because of the gyno. You know, it's like people go like, okay, because you have that.
You have gyno?
A little bit. They're like, that's a symptom of.
I didn't see it when I looked through your page.
Like, that's a symptom of gear use. They're like, okay, you have it. That's at the same time, it's like any guy.
It's also obesity.
That's like any
not
guy,
obesity, but
any guy who's ever gone bald. That means they've used steroids. You know what I mean? So
or acne.
You know, it's like a very natural thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, take your shirt off more, bro. Come on, I'm trying to find a shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, here we are.
It's very subtle.
Yeah, I don't really see it in that one, but I'll take your word for it.
I think that's what happened with me because I was a little chubbier. Yeah. So like when you have, I think it's the estrogen. When you have high estrogen, you have higher fat, right? Yeah. I think that's what it is. Yeah. So, I had like a little gyno, and I think that when I like went on peds, just kind of like increased it some more. Yeah. Because I was prone to it. So.
Yeah, I got a little in my right nipple, but people always clown me because they think that I'm making it up, but like, I'm me. I can fucking feel it.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, but it is 5:45, and you said you did have to get out of here, so that was about an hour and 13. Kind of a short pod, but whatever.
Yeah, we talked a lot before this. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, but so thank you guys for watching to the end. What should we have them? Well, first of all, if you haven't gotten Anabars, by the end of the podcast, it's probably sold out. So you better go get some.
Yeah. But if you watch to the end, comment what Will's dad put in his protein shake to bulk him up.
Yeah, first person to comment it gets
a heart.
Yeah, it gets a heart. Also, yo, shout out that one guy Anonymous who's been doing the timestamps.
Yeah, thank you, Anonymous, dude. You're awesome.
Does timestamps for the video?
He does timestamps for
because people were asking for them. We've never done them, and then he just comments it, and we always pin it.
Yeah.
Okay. As soon as the video's done, he literally has like reminders on it. He'll watch the video, boom.
Yeah, I wish that he had like a name so I could like thank him, but he's just called Anonymous. Yeah, I would. I'd follow you. But all right, thank you guys for watching. Please, if you've gotten this far and you're not subscribed, there's really no point for that. And so go sub and follow Will's Instagram and YouTube. It'll be in the description, of course. Yeah.
There's an honor on, bro. You guys have like the cult following, man.
Hey, you guys hear that?
The cult.
I don't think I could leave Houston alive if I didn't come on the MogCast.
Yeah. For sure. You were getting. He was saying he was getting DMs, right?
It was like a mirage of MogCast, like on my DMs.
Yeah.
But I think everyone
even Hannah posted something. Didn't you post something on your story? And everyone was responding saying Will Tenny, Will Tenny.
Oh really? Yeah.
I was doing like a Q&A and they're asking about MogCast, and I said that they were bringing on like a
special guest.
And everybody was saying
Well, yeah.
Damn. So, Yeah, you guys got to hear Will Tennyson. And
Go
Yeah.
follow his IG at Will Tenny.
Shit.
It will be in the description. And check out his YouTube videos because they're actually fucking entertaining.
and buy his cookbook when he drops it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And buy his merch.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Peace out, guys.
Peace.
Peace.